Hello guys, and thank you for watching one more English language video here on Alex Carioca's channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. If you understand Portuguese, please watch the other videos or activate the subtitles. I think now everything is subtitled in English as well, so you can enjoy the other travel destinations that I have been and I have reviewed for you. Now, we're gonna be starting this video here at beautiful Milano Centrale, the central station of Milan. This is where you take the train to Malpensa Airport, which is the most distant airport in Milan. There are two of them, but it's also the main airport in Milan. It's about 40-50 kilometers distance from here, close to the border with Switzerland. We'll be going there in a few minutes, starting from here. Here it's very easy. You just go buy your ticket at the machine, you board the train, you don't get stuck in traffic, and then pretty simple, you're gonna be at Malpensa in no time. If you're traveling during nighttime, you can also take the buses here. They're available 24 hours. Also to other airports in Milan, like Linate, Bergamo, and they're a bit more expensive because there are several private companies instead of the Italian state railways. I'm also gonna share something with you, just like it happens in Rome. Here in front of Central Station in Milan, you have a source of fresh water from the Alps. It's free. You just need a bottle. You go there, take your water and go. So this is where you get your tickets from, in this beautiful hall. You go to these machines. Here you can select several languages.
Beware of pickpockets. In case of need, ask only Trenitalia staff for more information.
And then here you type Malpensa. So after a little bit of a run, I walked the whole length of the train, and then this is my reward. The quietest part of the train, only for us. Silence, quiet, what else could you want? So the trip is about 50 minutes to Malpensa Airport, because like I said, it's a little bit far from Milan. And here we go, Thailand. As we wait to arrive at Malpensa Airport, I'm going to explain to you how come I'm flying Turkmenistan Airlines. So, as we are all aware, airlines have totally lost it in the last 5 years, and tickets have increased exponentially after the pandemic. So I was looking for a place to go over Christmas, and initially I was looking for tickets to Brazil, just to find out that they wouldn't be any lower than 3,000 euro round trip. So I decided to go to Asia, and I started to look for tickets to Bangkok, which is usually the cheapest destination there. And from there I would make my way to some new country. I was looking at tickets from some point in Europe to Bangkok at around 500 to 800 or even 1,000 euro one way. Then I came across slightly more economical tickets from Istanbul. Then I came across this option from Milan to Bangkok for a little under 400 euro.
Questo treno è diretto a. This train is headed to Malpensa Aeroporto Terminal 2.
But I've been an airline employee, and actually I don't trust travel agencies. So all my life I've checked airline tickets by going to websites such as Skyscanner or Kayak, and then what I do is I go to the airline's website and I buy tickets. But the problem is that nobody knows how to get a ticket from Turkmenistan Airlines. As you can see on famous YouTube channels like Josh Kale or Noah Phillips, which are specialized in aviation, it's very difficult because they don't sell directly to the public. I then chose Kiwi.com, which was slightly more trustworthy, but still an online travel agency. So I went to their website, I saw the same fare that I saw on Kayak, and then I bought the tickets. On Kiwi.com, they don't advertise this flight as Turkmenistan Airlines, they advertise it as Citizen Plane. I think Citizen Plane is something similar to a fake airline that only sells tickets of lesser known airlines at a commission, so the travel agencies are allowed to sell those tickets. A little bit ironic is that I myself applied for a job at Kiwi.com a number of years ago.
Prossima fermata. Next stop. Busto Arsizio.
And to be honest, after I read the Wikipedia article about Kiwi.com, I was a little bit happy that I wasn't accepted for the job. They have a horrible record of bad customer service, lawsuits, and the likes. So here I was with a 400 euro ticket on some obscure flight from Milan to Ashgabat and from Ashgabat to Bangkok. I had to make my way to Milan, and if the flight to Milan was cancelled, then I would miss the flight from Milan to Bangkok, obviously. It was a bit of a risk, but I took it. As the date of the flight came closer, and I also had to buy my ticket back to Europe, I started to get a bit more restless about the whole arrangement. There was no information about when I was supposed to check in. There was no information about how I was supposed to choose for my seat. There was no information about what was the checked-in baggage allowance. There were no Turkmenistan Airlines website to look for this information. Then I decided to reach out to Kiwi.com. All they said is that it was a charter flight and it was handled by Citizen Plane. Citizen Plane don't answer to customer queries through their website. They only have a corporate website where travel agencies selling their tickets can reach them. When I asked Kiwi.com what would be the procedure if I wanted to get my money back, they just said I bought the cheapest tier of the services they provide, which would give me 10 euro refund. Totally illegal, but it's in their terms and conditions. So it's up to some lawyer to analyze their terms and conditions and check if that's actually according to the law. Another lie that they tell is that not all airlines have a 24-hour withdrawal option, which is not true because I work for airlines, and for any airline you can at least void the ticket until midnight of the same day. After lots of searching on the internet, eventually I came across a website, flyturkmenistanAirlines.eu, that offered the same flights that I had purchased for 3.5 times than the fare I found on Kiwi.com. One of those strange stories that I saw many times during my time working for airlines, where the airline chooses to give the lowest fare to travel agencies, and if the passenger wanted to buy direct, they would be left out with only the most expensive fares. Fortunately, nowadays you see these practices less and less. Also on that same website I confirmed that I could simply transit the Ashgabat airport without the need for a visa. And then finally, I came across a website with the correct telephone number and address of the company that represents Turkmenistan Airlines in Frankfurt Airport, for my absolute relief. My big thanks to the staff of Avia Reps at Frankfurt Airport. Finally, I could rest assured that I had a confirmed seat on that plane. The flight was going to operate. For my surprise, there was one piece of checked-in baggage of 23 kilos included in the fare, and all the passengers could choose their seats at the airport. So all I had to do is come early to Malpensa Airport and pick the best seat available. Thank you very much, Avia Reps. You saved my day.
So guys, my flight does exist. There it is. Now let's see if I have a reservation on it.
The flight seems to be really full today. Look at that. That's the queue there.
Buongiorno. Serve il codice prenotazione o solo il... Sì? È a Bangkok.
Hello.
Ich werde die ganze Zeit angemacht. Hello.
And guys, I got the exit row. Look at that. How cool is that? And I have the window next to me. Here we have the emergency instructions. They're trilingual in Turkmen, Russian and English. After the scheduled departure time, we're moving finally. I think we're catching the Bangkok flight, the connection flight, but let's see. Actually, a good part of this flight is heading to Bangkok after, and nobody has the check. Nobody's checked in. So there's gonna be a huge queue.
Run.
When we arrive at Ashgabat to get our seat at time and boarding passes. If you're wondering whether there's Wi-Fi here, there are 2 networks inside, but they're for local customers, so you need to have a local subscription with one of the local operators here. Then there's something called airport Wi-Fi. It does connect, but it does nothing. And I've seen on another YouTuber, I've seen on another video that there is a Wi-Fi where they charge you $5. I wasn't going to pay anyway, just for 2 hours, so it's no point. So basically, if you connect here, just be in peace with the fact that you won't have any internet. I think you can survive that. I have now just paid for a bottle of water from Turkmenistan in Euro cash. So €1. So if you want to buy anything inside here, just have cash on you and change, because they take cash dollars and euros here. Apparently they don't take credit card. Wait for my flight. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this country here. which resulted from the disintegration of the Soviet Union in the 1990s. After the Soviet Union, always had this figure of a powerful leader, and some people even compare Turkmenistan with North Korea, so Turkmenistan is kind of the North Korea of Central Asia. They've had this president for all these years, and it's very similar to the great leader of North Korea. It's just not a dynasty because the original guy is still alive, but he has this code to his own person. He renamed the months of the year. He renamed lots of other things in the country with names related to his family and similar situations. There are very interesting facts about the city of Ashgabat. The great leader is very zealous about the country's capital. You can only build here in white, so all the new buildings are very modern and white. You can only have cars in white color, and you're not allowed to have dirty cars driving in the city. Unfortunately, I'm not going to see this by myself because this connection here is only 2 hours, and my flight to Bangkok is leaving in 1 hour from now. But just by the airport, you can already have an idea of what happens in the rest of the city. It's a very secretive country, and even by walking here, they're not very happy with seeing you walking around. So they basically want you to just sit and wait for your flight and do absolutely nothing else. Also, this airport was part of this great vision of the great leader to turn Turkmenistan into the new Kuwait. This new Ashgabat airport was built with the mentality of turning Ashgabat in an international hub similar to Dubai or Abu Dhabi. But then it happens that when the airport was finished, COVID hit, and then they had to close the country for pretty much about 4 years, which was way more than the rest of the world. And now they are slowly reopening. And as you see, the airline is being discovered by budget travelers because their tickets are pretty reasonably priced comparatively to normal regular European airlines. And like I said before, 2 nights is pretty busy in comparison to all the YouTubers who have been here and found this airport totally empty. The very modern and empty international airport in Ashgabat is really beautiful. It has the shape of a bird, which I couldn't see during my visit because it was at night. You are allowed to roam freely during your connection, but there are security guards everywhere. They'll keep an eye on you, and if you have a camera, they'll constantly tell you to not record. There's a small number of shops and restaurants, and as you saw in the video, you can pay with cash, dollars or euro. The Ashgabat to Bangkok final leg of my journey was very peaceful. The plane wasn't so empty as it happened to other YouTubers, but I was lucky enough to get a very good seat, and the aircraft is not as old as it seems. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show you any footage from that part of the flight. All in all, my opinion about Turkmenistan Airlines was very good. They can still be considered as legacy airline, like the very good old-fashioned airlines in a positive way, with checked-in baggage included in the fare. You can choose your seat at the airport, no need to rush. There's okay food, but also no paying extras for things that actually should be included in your fare. So this is where we say goodbye, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'm here at baggage collection point at the airport in Suvarnabhumi next to Bangkok, and I want to thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. Please like and subscribe, and keep in touch for new videos in English. If you also understand Portuguese, there's going to be another video where I'm going to take you further into Bangkok. See you next time. Thank you very much. Bye bye.